Imagine a city so strong its walls were legendary, a fortress called Jericho. For the Israelites, who had just crossed the Jordan River, it was the first and biggest obstacle standing between them and their new home. And as their leader Joshua stared at those walls, he knew a conventional fight was impossible. They didn't have the weapons or the siege engines. What they did have was a very strange plan. God's instructions to Joshua weren't a battle strategy a general would recognize. There would be no scaling ladders, no battering rams. Instead, the army was to march around the city once a day for 6 days, in total silence. The only sound would be 7 priests blowing 7 trumpets made of ram's horns, walking before the sacred Ark of the Covenant. Can you picture it? An entire army, thousands of men, just walking. The people of Jericho must have watched from their walls, first with laughter, then with growing confusion. It made no sense. Day 1, a silent loop. Day 2, the same. Day 3, 4, 5, 6. The tension inside the city must have been electric. This wasn't an attack, but it was deeply unsettling. The daily ritual was a quiet declaration that this city's fate was already sealed. It was a test of patience for the people inside and a test of faith for the people outside. They were fighting, just not with their hands. They were fighting with their obedience. Then came the 7th day. It started like the others at sunrise. The march began, but this time they didn't stop. Once around, twice. The sun climbed higher. 3 times, 4. Imagine the dust, the fatigue, the sheer mental discipline as the silence became heavier than ever, a thick blanket of anticipation. 5 times, 6. On the walls, the mockery was long gone, replaced by pure anxiety. As they completed the final 7th lap, the entire army came to a halt. The air crackled. Every eye was on Joshua. The priests raised their horns. The entire nation stood poised, waiting. Joshua gave the signal. The priests unleashed one last long blast from their trumpets, and he turned to the people and yelled, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city!" And a sound erupted from the entire nation. It wasn't just a war cry. It was a release of faith, of hope, of 40 years of wandering. And in that moment, the impossible happened. The great walls of Jericho didn't get knocked down. They didn't explode. They just fell. The scripture says they collapsed in on themselves, creating a perfect ramp into the city. They didn't swing one sword to take the walls. The victory was won before the first soldier ever stepped foot inside. It was a victory born from trusting a plan that seemed like madness. A reminder that sometimes the greatest battles are won not by might, but by faith. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share.